All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's program. I got a great show planned for you tonight, and I have a guest tonight. So I'm real excited to bring him on board. He's been a guest in the past, and we're going to bring him back for an encore. And I wanted to talk about, we all know that we're going through a changing market. And what I want to do is bring up an article and I want to discuss it with our guest. And without further ado, let's bring on my guest this evening, Mr. Dave Lee with Celebrity Homes. Hey, Dave, welcome to the show.
Hello, David. Thanks for having me back.
All right, terrific. Well, hey, I got this article. I want to make sure everybody can hear us okay in the chatterverse out there. So if you can hear us okay, give us a thumbs up in the chat or just let us know in the chat. And we'll kick off tonight's program. And I wanted to bring up an article hey, we got Clark in the house. All right. Hey, Clark, thanks for coming on board. So Clark's back here with us. All right. Terrific. All right. And Clark says that he can hear us. All right. Terrific.
Good.
All right. Clark is a realtor down in Atlanta, Georgia. So Clark always comes on board and he helps out with the moderation for that sort of thing. But Clark, thank you very much. All right. Excellent. Well, I want to bring up tonight's article. It's from the National Association of Home Builders. Okay. And it just came out in July and it's talking about the market flip. Okay. Where existing homes outprice new homes. So, and they talk about how the median price for a single family home was $410,800, which was $18,600 lower than the median price of an existing home or a used home, okay, which stood at $429,400, okay. And rather than just go through and read the article and that sort of thing, what I thought I'd do is, Dave, is discuss this chart with you where it shows you got new homes in red and you have existing homes in blue.
Yes.
And what I think is really fascinating is look at this blue line in 2025. Yeah. That line just went above
going up
the new home price. What's your take on that, Dave? What's your thought process on that?
I think a lot of it is builders probably adjusting to the markets a little bit, kind of going to maybe put a little bit of a smaller home out, but still looking for things like to add an extra bathroom in the basement and stuff like that. Or if we can get a fourth bedroom in the basement on like a split entry, just kind of things like that to bring the price down. Because we get lots of people asking, they want four bedrooms and we want to be under 400,000. And it's just like, okay, there's not a lot of that, I think, in the existing market.
Exactly. I just think what's amazing is you have that gap, in the 2012 after the pandemic, the years of low interest rates, you can see where there was a really wide gap between new and existing. And then, then we got the craziness happening at the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody's prices shot up there. And then now the builders, like you say, I think the same thing. It's the builders are adjusting to the marketplace because they can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And you brought up something earlier before the show, and you work out in the Bennington area.
Yeah. So I work in Bennington, Nebraska at a Majestic 178, brand new neighborhood out there. And I looked it up just before I came on. There's 187 single family homes for sale in that area.
Okay.
And my homes start at $325.
Wow.
And that puts the price, that's the fifth lowest price in there. And then we go up to $387.9 in the neighborhood. That's our highest listing. And there's 133 listings that are higher than that.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah. It's kind of, we're right in there and just kind of right in the market. And
Dave, you don't see this as much as I do because I'm working with buyers and they're coming into town and they're looking at, new and existing homes. and we'll go out and look at a $400,000 home, and it might be a little rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I see your guys' faces when you show up and they're showing something nice and it smells nice.
And then we go and sometimes I've had to take folks kind of kicking and screaming, thinking because they're not aware if they're relocating to Omaha, they're not aware of what's available in our price points. No, and so many people think that, well, hey, I can't buy a new home, and they're pleasantly surprised at what's available. So I want to bring this chart up here. We'll share this screen here. This is what we did was, because like Dave said, he works in Bennington. So we went to the Bennington School District. Okay. And so that's going to be northwest Douglas County. And this is, the green is new construction. Okay. And Dave, is that what you're seeing here, where in 2023?
We were getting houses all the way up to almost $500,000
right,
in a designer series, which was bigger homes that we were building. Mm-hmm. Now we're not even doing a designer series at all. Some of those were 2,800 square feet. We're down to 2,200 to 2,300 square feet. It's our biggest house that we'll do,
because you guys can adjust to the marketplace.
Yeah, and then there's not as many people there's not as many buyers for 500,000.
Exactly, especially at 6.5% interest rates or 7. They come down a little bit. And then if you look at over the past 3 years, now the median is at 426, while on the existing side, or the used side, you taught me that term. On the used side, you've seen it increase, but look at that. It's 426 and 423. So they're going head to head with each other.
Almost exactly the same.
And just like folks I brought out last week to you, and, we looked at a ranch that was built in 2008. Mm-hmm. 400, I forgot, it was 400. I think it was like 390 or 410, right in that range. And then we went out and looked at your places. Yeah. And they were like, really impressed with what they got. But that's in looking at the Bennington School District. And again, you can take and look at these different stats different way. This is really paring it down, because now we're looking at, you guys are building. Where do you guys build, Dave?
So we kind of build all over Omaha, 114th and State, which is kind of a Omaha area. Then we move out to Bennington. We have a couple different areas in there, actually 3 of them.
Okay.
And then we go to Elkhorn off of Woodbrook, and we have a couple new areas in Woodbrook coming up with Woodbrook Valley, and Woodbrook West just opened up a new section in there. Mm-hmm. And then over in Gretna, we have a bunch of stuff. We have 3 or 4 different areas over there. And then as far south from me as I can get is Papillion, over there off 108th and Schramm Road.
Yep. So. What's your most popular model that you guys sell? What's your most popular design?
Right now, I feel like one of our most popular models is the Weston.
Okay.
It's a big multi-level. It's like 1,950 square feet. Comes standard with a 3-car garage.
Let me find it here.
Keep
the
going
Weston.
There
okay, right here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, 1,986 square feet.
Wow.
Comes with 4 finished levels. Has a nice little half bath when you come in off the garage.
Okay.
And those, I just sold one this weekend in Papillion, and it was $384. And
wow. Yeah. I mean, that makes it rough when you got an existing listing and you're competing. That's you got to tell those sellers that it's like, hey guys, at a certain point, folks are going to go to new construction. You're competing right along with them. Because it's easy to get around the city. So we got a couple folks in the chat. Let's see. Clark says, yes, buyers are currently looking for affordability to be able to maintain their monthly payments and all the other things that come with home ownership. And that is a really good point. And that is, I think, one thing that gets overlooked is especially with an older home, and that is maintenance. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you take something that's $385,000 that's 20 years old or 40 years old, and you pair it alongside with something that is, you know, built to today's standards, that maintenance is going to play a big part of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it should. I kind of looked up today how much it costs to replace a window, and it said it's almost $750 per window if you're pulling them out. So you can get to $10,000 really quickly at a house. And then, AC and furnace, you're looking $8,000 to $15,000 on something like that. And our stuff's all brand new, and it's got warranties. The furnaces and stuff are multiple year warranties.
Well, and you guys are talk a little bit about the HERS rating, because I think a lot of times that doesn't get the credit that it deserves, because they're more energy efficient. So your electric bill is going to be less. All of that is going to be less.
And that's just kind of from the building codes that they're, we have to build them a certain way. But then when they come out and test them, these homes are, they're beating the code by almost, if 1 out of 100, it needs to be 100 or below, and these houses are coming in the 50s and 60s, so it's 40% more efficient than it needs to. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing I think that I think is really neat, I thought it was kind of we had one client, I kind of prepped him for. He started looking at. We closed it earlier this year in January or February this year. They were looking at purchasing an older home and was kind of warning them about the insurance, because insurance has gone way up. And he came back to me and he says, well, my insurance was only $1,800. And I'm kind of like, what?
Yeah, I always forget. You're always reminding me to tell people about that. Yeah, we have the class 4 shingles.
And I'm like, wow, how did you do that? But you guys have the roof, because that's another big deal in the existing world, is the age of the roof. If you got something with a roof that's over 5 years old, that can be sometimes it can be kind of tricky to get that insured.
Yeah, they price that a little difficult. I've seen where they're telling me it's like $1,000 more.
Right. And they had, their insurance, for the year was $1,800, because you guys have the impact resistant shingles, which it's not if you're going to get hail damage, it's when.
Yeah.
And if you can take, going back to what Clark says, if you can save that money on insurance, that's going to give you more, your dollar's going to go further,
Yeah.
But that's
insurance, and then you should save on your utilities. It should be a lot less there. Yeah.
Well, I hate to sound like Dad, the deal killer. Another thing, which nobody gets excited about this. That's what I'm going to say next. Okay.
Okay. All right. What do you got?
But the main sewer line being PVC.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
Nobody ever says, "Oh, honey, I just love our new sewer line." After they spend $20,000 to replace it, but with new construction, you're talking a PVC main sewer line, so you're not talking about tree roots and the.
I know you don't like our tree in the front yard, but it's going to take a long time before we have any issues.
And some of my, it's not that I'm opposed to trees.
They're beautiful trees.
They're beautiful trees. But my clients pretty soon, after they figure, they're like, "Hey, Dave, you really don't like trees," and I'm like, "I do not." But that maintenance is a big deal.
It is, yeah.
If you can, and just things like you just don't, you walk up and you see. You see the driveway, on an older home where, you're getting a lot of, the driveways are all, concrete's going to crack. There's two types of concrete that's cracked and concrete that's going to crack.
Yeah.
But, you go through some of these older homes, it can be kind of rough, but the Weston is your guys' most popular.
Yeah, it's been really popular.
Is that right?
We always have a couple models of it. We have one in my area, and then we have one in Papillion.
Okay.
Kind of get more people out to look at it. But yeah, people really like it's fully finished with the basement with no additional
Mhm.
charges. And it's a really nice plan. Big bedrooms up there.
And I think the other thing that kind of some people hesitate about, and you guys have a plan for that, and that is, I want to buy now. I don't want to build and go 9 months from now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talk
I
about
hear
that
that all the
because
time. Yes.
talk about that because we had two last month, didn't we? We had two
I
clients.
think we did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two in Lakeshore, and they were my YouTube clients.
I like that. I love music.
And you know, they bought in Lakeshore.
Lakeview 168.
Lakeview, I want to say Lakeshore, but it's Lakeview 168. But
Yep.
I love that neighborhood because as the lake, well, obviously
It's got the
Lakeview,
lake.
or
Yeah. It's got the
it's
path right down to the lake. And,
exactly, and the Eagles and everything,
oh,
and but I don't know where I was going with that, but
but the
they were
homes, we have them farther along. So you're not,
yes,
you're not having to wait 6-7 months for stuff. Both of those clients bought stuff that was within 90 days.
exactly.
So they'll be and I think one was like 60 days where they're closing at the end
Right.
of this next month.
Yeah. And we went out and started out looking at existing at first. And there were some, Dave, let me tell you what, they were rough. You know what
I
I'm
always
saying?
like that you take them to the bad stuff first before you come see
Well,
me.
it's what they want to see. And
Yeah.
then, because a lot of times, here's the other thing too. A lot of times, you know, you guys don't have all of your homes on the MLS.
No.
And so some people don't understand that,
try to,
but I mean, there'll be homes coming. You guys built, I mean, they, build them quick. I mean, so,
Mhm.
but a lot of times people don't understand that you can put a certain home in a certain area, or it's 90 days out or 60 days out,
Absolutely.
and that opportunity is there. And then they may not, you take them to the model complexes, and they might go through a West End and end up liking the Jordan.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah,
it's like they have a lot of, I think the other thing that people don't like, there's some builders out there that you don't get any choices. Hey, you're going to
no,
get,
yeah.
hey, and
This
that's a
is what
different model. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just not going to get as many choices. But you guys, now the further they're out, they get to make more selections then, don't
they
they?
do get to make more selections, and it's right around frame where they'll start to pick like cabinets and door style. But we can catch it before that. Like the one I sold this weekend, it was at frame, so it'll be done in 90 days, and they got to pick cabinets, doors, everything. But real close to that, we'll pick them.
Yeah.
And then after we pick the cabinets and the doors, we'll build them to what we call color stage, which puts about 45 days out. But they always get to pick countertops, flooring, fireplace surrounding, backsplash in the kitchen. And 99% of them, they get to pick exterior paint too. So they get quite a few selections.
Right. And then they also get, depending on, talk about elevations, because I'm a lot of times I don't think people understand that.
You can kind of see it here with what you're showing. So the Carlton PV there, where it has kind of the angled lines, we call that our modern look.
Okay.
But that home will also be built kind of similar to the Del Rey and the Austin, where it's kind of your more traditional look.
Gotcha.
And a lot of the homes have the modern look, and then they'll have like 2 or 3 other looks as well. So you don't have to buy exactly what the model looks like, because they're a little bit different. So.
And now the starting model is that the Linden?
The Linden, yeah, that's our best value. It's 310. We only build it in our one area in Deer Crest there.
Yeah.
But then when you get to the Vista or the Santee, which are the Vista and Santee, that's what was starting at like $325,000.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And that's the one where we're doing a little change. We're putting a 3/4 bath down in the basement.
Wow.
There's a big window down there, egress. I guess you could call that a non-conforming bedroom.
Okay.
But then that's what you see on like the Santee EXP and the Vista EXP.
Okay.
That's kind of a new change that the builders kind of come into the market with too. Those are going to come standard with the 4th bedroom. and a 3/4 bath down in the bedroom, and they're moving the laundry up to the main floor, almost like a raised ranch, Dave.
Oh,
You do the stair, but you just still do the stairs inside.
Right.
Those are going to be right around like $375.
Okay, and this is the Santee expanded right here.
Santee expanded and the Vista expanded, just released. Haven't even seen it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's the Vista expanded. Yeah. Okay.
So they're coming with the 3-car garage like that stuff.
And then you also make villas for folks too.
We do make villas. We are building some in Lakeview, 168.
Okay.
Those are like $319, I believe.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, let me just quick check it. $317,900 is what they're priced at.
Yeah.
And they're nice. They have it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on a slab, and there's also I always call it a Zoom room, but it's a nice little office area there that you could, do whatever you need to do in there.
Which is it the Grayson that has the YouTube studio?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I'm like, boy, that'd make a good YouTube studio.
Right, well.
We got some more folks in the chat. Let's see. We got, hey, Croy West. Hey, Mr. David. Good to see you. Good to see you, Croy West. And then Clark says, yep, I've seen insurance company doing that too. Yep.
Yeah.
And then, hey, Bud Thompson. All right. Bud says you guys are doing a great job tonight. Well, thank you, Bud. I appreciate that.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Dave was like, well, he was like, well, what do I don't wonder what we're going to, because I used to do a little bit more, prep or work.
The last time you gave me a big old sheet of stuff you're going to ask me. And then today you said, what should we talk about?
Yeah. Well, that was 6 months ago, so I'm getting a little bit better with this live thing, or maybe I am. I don't know. Let me know. According to Bud says we're doing a great job tonight, so I guess less prep is better then. Okay. Yeah. All right. Leslie G says hello from Pflugerville, Texas.
Oh wow!
I like your newsletter. Okay. I just rolled that out. I got a new newsletter, so. So I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it and not showing up to the chat to say, "Hey, why'd you send me this newsletters?"
Right.
All right. And then we have Skylanders Community Online. It's the one and only David Matney. I think they're actually there is another David Matney in Omaha, believe it or not. I think
is there?
Concrete. Yeah. Okay. And there was this is news for you. There was another David. I don't know. I'm sure there was another David Matney in Omaha, and in Vietnam.
Oh wow!
In 1971, I was drafted as a 2-year-old.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they sent the draft card to the wrong person, so I could say I was drafted in Vietnam. So, so I think that's pretty cool. But
yeah, it is.
All right, I met whatever. All right, cool. All right, awesome. All right. Well, Dave, what anything else that now you got another model coming out. What's you have another model, what's it called? It was a new ranch, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so we just came out with the Cascade.
Okay, talk about that.
So it's a really nice floor plan. It's it's our biggest ranch that we build.
Gotcha.
It's in our brand new community, Stratford West, which is just to the north of 168th and State. It's like 171st in between state and military there.
Gotcha.
Really great neighborhood. And it just kind of has some nice little floor plans. If you go click on the download the flyer, it should pop up here.
Let's see.
They really like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that works for you or not.
Yeah. Everybody can. Let's see. I'll hide this part over here. Maybe we can. Does that work? Okay. There's the Cascade. And let me make sure I'm sharing this tab instead. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So it comes. Everything on the main floors comes standard. The basement you would have is an additional feature for the bedroom and the rec room. Mm-hmm. But it's really, I think I always tell people it's kind of all the best stuff from the Sheridan and the Concord, which are our 2 other ranches that we build a lot of.
Yeah.
It has the partially covered deck.
Oh, yes.
So you're not people really like that, and it's about 6 or 7 foot, so it's enough to get your grill under there and not get rained on.
Yeah.
The one thing they really like is the little pocket door going from the laundry into the into the walk-in closet there. If you can kind of
Oh,
see
okay.
that,
Yeah,
so
you got.
it kind of loops
Oh,
through. Yeah, some of our bigger
okay.
ranches had that, and they've kind of come up with some pocket doors to kind of get people
Nice.
through there, and it's a very nice plan.
That would save me a lot of headache and grief when I just throw my laundry on the floor at home.
Yeah, yeah. Your wife wouldn't have to do it for you anymore.
I can just huck it into the.
So yeah, that's been a
Hopefully
really
she's not
really
watching.
nice thing.
That's really cool. So you got, okay, here's the owner's suite right here.
Mhm.
And then you go into the bath, and then you got the walk-in closet, and then you got the pocket door right
Pocket
there to
door.
the laundry.
Mhm.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and that's coming right off the garage entry too, in case you got muddy
Right.
shoes or anything like that, or stuff that you just want to dump in there fast. So that's nice. We also have another new model over there that they brought back. It's the Kendall. It's a
Okay.
two-story.
Let's pull that one up here. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Do you have a Kindle? Let's see, Kindle. And it's a two-story?
It's a two-story, yeah.
Okay, let me pull that up. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me share this tab. Okay, the Kindle. Okay, and then we'll download a flyer, and we'll share this tab. Oh. Okay, can you see that okay?
Yep.
All right, the two-story. Okay.
Yep, so it's a two-story floor plan. Comes with the 4 bedrooms upstairs. You have the option to finish the bedroom and a rec room downstairs, so you could do a 5th bedroom.
Okay.
I just like it because it kind of comes in and does the L on you.
Right.
In the living room area. It's got your little office area, David.
Oh yeah, I got the YouTube studio right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I love that covered.
Yeah,
covered
they've
patio.
really been doing that. And the nice thing is, because that comes standard, where before, if you wanted the covered, it was usually going to cost you $5,000 to $6,000, but a lot of these are coming standard, partially covered.
Well, and then talk about, it's right here out in the open here, but yes, it's all included. You guys
it is.
Talk about the appliance package and all that sort of good stuff.
Yep. So appliances, they call it the welcome home package. It's garage door openers for both garage doors. Appliances, refrigerator is included in that, washer and dryer. And we even do professionally hung blinds for the welcome home package.
Nice.
But other things that are included too, the sprinkler system, quartz countertops that they get to pick color on, LVP. I think there's 12 different colors of that you get to choose from. And then the kitchen backsplash.
Yeah.
It's just, that's part of everything that's all included.
That's awesome. That is okay. And then let's catch up on the chat here. And Clark says, love that you guys are building ranch homes. We need more of those in Metro Atlanta for our older population that doesn't want to climb stairs no more. And that is 100% true, isn't it?
That is exactly true. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys recognize that, and that's part of your villa program is they take care of the snow shoveling and the
oh yeah, I don't even think we mentioned that. Yeah, it's $125 per month, and that takes care of your trash, your shoveling, your mowing. You get landscaping included.
Okay.
You also maintain your sprinkler system too, so it's a really good deal. Yeah.
Well, my sister just hired someone to mow her grass, and what they're charging to mow grass now. Yeah. I'm about ready to start a side hustle, which I could, because I live in a villa right now, and the fact that my kids mow my grass.
So I mean, yeah, I don't think you can find people to come for much under $50 to come.
No, not at all. It's more like 75. And then the first guy first person that quoted her was 100, and my wife's like, I'll mow. My wife was ready to start a side hustle mowing in her grass for $100. I'm like, geez, but
because then that's $100 per mow.
Exactly.
They're mowing every week for $125 per month.
Right. Okay. And let's see, we got another person in the chat here. I don't know what somebody 82 True Soul somebody.
Yeah, they
82.
should come by. They need to contact us and buy a Vista. We have
They
them.
need to buy a Vista. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then here's the thing. What's the big rule that you got to, if your friend has an agent, make sure your agent is with on their
That
first visit.
we do want
Otherwise,
them. We want them there on the first visit. But we do have a new system with our
oh,
Builder that we can actually register people digitally, which
wow.
is kind of nice. You can
Yeah.
give me the name and I can send them the links. A couple days
Okay.
before the meeting so they can look at the app and
Excellent.
kind of get familiarized with everything beforehand.
Okay, excellent. I got a friend of mine here, Eli Magis. He says, "I'll join you opening up a side hustle." So. All right, terrific. Okay, awesome. All right, and then son of let's see here. Okay. Hello, David. Really enjoyed your Omaha coming attractions video. I haven't heard of the water park being built south of Bellevue before. Well, son of Joxer. I hope I said that correctly. I'm glad you liked that video. That video did really well for me. So I'm glad you liked it. And you guys have spots in Bellevue too, don't you, Dave?
We had our Haida Hills area, but we've sold it all out.
Is that
there.
right?
So, yeah, it got
okay.
that was really close to where they're putting that Bellevue water park, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Papillion. Papillion's not that far away. And
no, you're just right down the street.
What's that Shram 108? Is that what that is?
Yeah, Shram 108. It's right by that war memorial they have with the helicopter, and the one road from the backside goes directly to the lake over there. And
I know.
It's been very popular.
I love how all the lakes that are going in. I keep thinking about getting a fishing boat and stuff, but then I would have to meet people from pull over, get off go on the dock and go sell a house. All right. But that's pretty exciting about the water park going in.
Mm-hmm. It is.
There's supposed to be quite there's a lot of things going on with Omaha right now. And we just passed as a metro over 1 million. And then what's amazing to me is the amount of construction going on. And, it just seems like you guys, is it Wood Valley? Isn't that Wood Valley? But Woodbrook. It just seemed like, I don't know, 6 months ago, that was just the model complexes, and that's already getting
it's
close.
already gone, isn't it? Yeah. They replace some models and changing floor plans. But we always are changing the floor plans because that is kind of who we end up fighting against in sales is, you probably showed them, 3 Westons from 5 years ago and a couple Concords. So we're always kind of changing it and making it a little better,
You're always tweaking it and making it a little, every and, I think the other thing that's really neat is the new electric fireplaces.
Oh, I really like those.
Those are cool because you go through an existing and, they got the gas, which, hey, that's fine. But that electric, boy, you just click that thing and then you can change the rocks and
you change the rocks and the colors. And it's, it's one more hole that they didn't have to send to the outside of your house. It keeps the efficiency better on that. And
exactly. And they still crank out heat too.
And they crank out heat. I use it sometimes to heat up my model. That seems to work the best,
Yep. And then let's see here. Son of Joxer says, my new workplace is supposed to open next year in the Heartwood development. All right. Terrific. That's another one that's going like crazy. Excellent. All right. Awesome. All right. Let's see what else. Who was it that, let's go back to, she was trying to convince her to buy a Vista. Let's go back and look at the Vista.
Oh yeah. And actually, because they have the Vista and the Vista PV right now. That's the one where they're kind of making the changes. But there's some right now that won't have the 3/4 bath that we're kind of currently under construction with, but all the newer ones will. So there's only a couple. Click on the PV one.
The Vista PV.
Yep.
Okay. And
if you want to do the flyer, you can.
yeah, the flyer. Yeah. 1,600 square feet.
Yep, these are 1621.
Yeah.
The new ones are just a little bit bigger. I think they're 1640. They added just a little bit of space to them.
Now, I think this is really nice here. The bonus garage space.
Yes.
Your guys' garages now has gotten, I am a huge fan of those.
That garage is like 22 by 30 feet deep. There's tons of room in there. I always tell people, I've seen a guy pull a boat, a motorcycle, and 3 cars in there before.
Yeah. That's and they got the rough-in bath downstairs.
So this has the rough-in bath, where they could come add a toilet and a sink very easily.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Like I said, there's only a few of these left too.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's go back and look at the what was the other one?
So go look at the regular Vista.
Okay, and let me back up here. Home designs.
There you go. And
multi-level.
Yeah. And then click on that regular. Go back up. It's on the top there.
This one here.
Not that one. That's the expand.
Go to this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This regular Vista. So this is what the new change they made. It's got the little bit bigger square footage, and it's going to have a finished laundry room and a 3/4 bath down in the basement.
Okay. Let's pull this up here. Okay. Okay, say that again. You got
Okay, so the difference is before you always had that where the laundry room was.
Yep.
That's where the rough-in was.
Okay, yep.
So the laundry was in there, but now it's just going to be a utility and storage.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're doing a 3/4 bath and then a little closet there, and then you have a laundry, right? A finished laundry room.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
So that's a brand new change there.
Yeah, that's a good.
And then there will be there's a window in the front there.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay.
I think that's going to be pretty. People are always looking for that extra bathroom down
there.
They are.
Yeah.
If you have guests come over, you could have a little, place for them to stay and maybe even a non-conforming for someone.
Right. Exactly. All right. And then we had one more Vista, didn't we?
There was the Vista Expanded.
Okay.
And that's the one that's going to come with the 3-car garage and then the finished bedroom and basement downstairs.
Okay. Let's see. Go back. Hold on a second here. Multi-level, share this tab. And this was the Vista Expanded.
Yes.
Okay.
And so with this one, they do the bedroom and the 3/4 bath downstairs, but they're going to bring that laundry room and it's going to be upstairs now.
Gotcha. Okay. And then talk about your warranty program.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically everything's under the warranty. I always tell people, except for the day of the walkthrough, you go through and they walk the concrete and they do the deck.
Okay.
If there is an issue, they'll call it out or take a picture of a crack and they'll say they're going to keep an eye on it. But after they sign that, basically those items are done.
Gotcha.
Don't pull your moving truck in on the driveway. That's bad. Pull it up on the side and make them walk a little extra.
Yeah.
Then after that, you basically have a full 1-year warranty on everything in the home.
Okay.
You can send in a warranty through the Realtor app, or else you just click on it, send a couple pictures. They'll call you and set something up. 2 years on all your electrical, plumbing, and water lines and stuff like that.
Okay.
We're going to have a 10-year structural warranty through 210.
Okay.
So if you move before the 10 years, you can transfer over to the new buyer.
Gotcha. Okay. Excellent. All right. And then, here's another good point, and that would be financing incentives. What kind of financing incentives do you guys offer?
So we have some preferred lenders.
Okay.
And with that, you're going to get $3,000 in closing cost.
Okay.
Taken care of for you. We keep your deposit down a little bit. So just say on a Weston or a Vista, your deposit's $2,000. If you use an outside lender, they're going to charge you the $10,000.
Okay.
But with those lenders, there's also other options where you can finance, like buy down the rates, or do a 2-1 buy down, and you can finance through the contract if you use one of our preferred lenders as well.
Gotcha.
And then they all have a wide variety of products that they use, from conventional to NIFA. There's even a few lenders that you wouldn't have to put any money down.
Gotcha. Okay. And then just for folks that may not be familiar with a buy down, a 2-1 buy down would be that first year, the interest, let's say interest rates were at 7%, your first year would be at 5%.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second year would be at 6%.
Correct.
And then you're from 3 through 30 would be at the 7%.
At what the rate was.
And you guys work with NIFA too, is that correct?
Yeah, we work with all our lenders do NIFA. I think all but one do FHA. They all do VA.
Right.
Yeah, so they really do a great job.
And so with NIFA, that obviously I'm not a lender, but I mean, with NIFA, there's an opportunity to finance that down payment.
Yeah, they do that. Our U.S. Bank does the American Dream program, where it's like a $15,000, I think, grant is what it is. Wow. As long as you live there for a certain amount of time, it's kind of waived. And I know Veridian does an 80-20, where the 20% is a balloon payment, but it's due in 10 years. So you do have to figure something out in 10 years.
Gotcha.
Pay the balloon when it's due.
Or buy a new one.
Buy a new one and sell that thing, right? They do that. I've been here 10 years, and I've had one guy, he's bought in 3 houses.
Is that right? Yeah, that's
on
amazing.
Christmas card list.
Wow. All right. Well, hopefully, True Soldier 82, all fantastic info. Thank you. All right. And then what anything else, Dave, that you can think of that what are some mistakes that you see or that people make when they're going the new construction route?
So sometimes I see that they call me up and they're like, I have to have something in 30 days. You got to give us a little bit longer than that. 45, but that does limit you a little bit. You have to like what I have, but you know, if you just give me a little bit more time. And then I think sometimes people are just still thinking that new construction is going to be way more expensive. Right. And it's not really it's not any more expensive, as we showed. And you get to make all your selections. I've had people be worried about making the selections, but really for what we do, we can sit down and do a contract in like an hour and a half, and I only make you choose about 5 things. then they can go to the design studio and choose colors and stuff like that. So it's not overwhelming. Right. Having to pick every single little thing. We pick a lot of it for you.
But it's fun to make those selections. I mean, but they got to select the style, they got to select the home, and then they got to select the area, and then they got to select all, whereas when you're buying a used home, you're getting none of that. You're getting their version of whatever it is. So
sometimes I always wonder what's going on. I always just think it must have just been the area that they had to been in or something, huh?
Well, and then, and sometimes I've had to, I've had to almost wrangle people. I'm like, hey guys, just hear me out, because for some reason I'll get pushback where they don't want to, for whatever. I'm like, come take a look. You know what I'm saying? Come take a look and just look and see, because we'll be out looking at homes and we'll be looking at 20-year-old celebrity homes.
Yeah, that's
and I'm like, well, if you like this one, you ought to see the 20 years of improvements since then, and the countertops now versus countertops 20 years ago. it's
Oh,
it's fun to see the difference in the changes and
even
things
it's
like
like
that.
I think it's been like 5 or 6 years on the quartz countertops, and before that it was pretty 50-50 if people upgraded them or not. So I'm sure there's a lot
Right.
of laminate countertops out there on the
All the time. Yep.
or sorry.
And yeah, I have one home. I think I've shown it to the agent. I keep, it's been out there. It's been out there on the market, and they've lowered the price,
Yeah.
and I bring out my client. And it has, it's a $400,000 home, and it has the laminate countertop.
Yeah.
And it's like that's that's hard to compete against
Right.
when Oh, I know something else. Speaking of that home, talk about the drain tile system. I mean, I'm over
Okay.
50 now, so I
Yeah.
get excited about stuff that normal people don't get excited about. But I'm like, wow, that's really
A lot of people always ask about it when they move in and their sod's down and they've got those black things coming. They're like, what's that? I'm like, well, they're going to cut that back. So what it is, it's all around your foundation. And when it rains really hard, which it seems like when it decides to rain here, it decides to rain as hard as possible. But when it does do that, those drain tiles will catch all the extra and eject it out the front of the house. And then
right.
some of them are even tied into the sump pump, because all the homes come standard with the sump pump.
Right.
And you get that, and it's going to eject it out away from the home.
Exactly. And that's a big deal because there's when you got to you know what, talk about the passive radon mitigation.
Yeah, and with those and all those sump pumps, it all has a passive radon system now. So you would go up into wherever the attic access is. There's an outlet pre-installed for you. If they want to come have it tested and they find that you need to have it, they cut it, they put the little fan in there, and it's ready to go. No more of the ugly pipes going along the outside of the house.
Right. Yeah. And for those folks that aren't aware, radon is a colorless, odorless, radioactive gas. Omaha, eastern Nebraska has high levels of radon gas, and it's the second leading cause of cancer. And with new construction, you get a passive radon mitigation system, and you can convert it to an active system, which is simply, and if they already have the outlet already there, then you just buy the new fan and then have a handy person put it in for you, and you're going like crazy.
And I believe even on Amazon, you can order the radon kits now and just put them in yourself. You don't even have to really hire anybody to come take a look at it.
Right. Just put that puppy in there. And then let's see. Son of Jokes. I hope I said that. Jockster. Speaking of maintenance, I bought a used split ranch in 2009. Have since replaced the roof, garage door, furnace, air conditioning, water heater, retaining wall next to the driveway. All necessary repairs. And that's just the thing. When you buy something that's starting on that 20-year mark, those systems, I mean, we have weather, and homes are going to age, and it depends on how well it's taken care of.
Yeah.
You can go through two different homes and that are 15 years old, and it's amazing to see the difference.
Yeah, people still need to do their maintenance, even though it's new. We do encourage them.
You gotta maintain it, And
my daughter, she bought a used house because she was at a price that I couldn't get to.
Right.
And the first week that they were there, something went wrong on the gas meter, and they had to hire someone to come replace some part. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I tried to do the thing where I priced out the windows for her and stuff. I said they're the same price. But,
right. I mean, that's just, it's a, yeah. And then, and the house was built in the late 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, so, yeah. And even when people, I told this story before where I had one gal that, some sellers that bought a split entry from 1974 and they paid $225 for it. And they put $200,000 into it. Now, this thing was all decked out with all that in a bag of chips, but it was still a 1974 split entry.
Yeah, they're never going to get that back out of it.
This was during the, when the market was crazy, and they thought, oh yeah, we're going to get multiple offers, and I'm like, oh, I don't think so, but they ended up selling for $312,
Wow.
and they,
Mm.
I told them, I said, guys, you're competing with, you know, brand new,
Mm-hmm.
and they get to pick things out. It's like you picked out wonderful cabinets and everything, but not everybody's gonna. And there's still that datedness of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there always is.
And there's other things too that people don't realize. Um, some of the safety aspects of it, because you go in an older split entry, the spindles on the railing, a little kid can put their head through
That's
those,
true.
and that's
Probably
a
doesn't have
big.
carbon monoxide and stuff like that.
Well,
So
I mean, now that's a
is,
required.
is it required now
It's
for
required now
the?
for everybody. But I
Oh,
mean, those, that work, and you'll be showing an existing home, and it's like back then, that was code, but
mhm.
code changes, code gets, but people don't realize the safety features that are built in
Yeah.
now versus then, which you'll see, um, you know, from your standpoint, you're not seeing that existing home out there, but I see it, and then I
You're
see
right.
the inspections that come through, and I'm like, oh boy, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
Yeah, that's my people that bought this weekend. They actually had went on a home and the inspection came back so bad that they walked on it and they're like, let's just buy something new.
exactly. Um, Anything else that you can think of, or any other questions in the chat that anybody has in terms of new construction or anything else for Dave? Anything? Let me look at I did print out a list of
Oh, yeah.
questions. I did print out some questions because, like, I should have some questions. Um, I think we've covered it pretty much. I think the maintenance thing though is a big.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too, and I think a lot of times people think, well, you guys are now. Are you guys still the largest builder in Omaha, or
I
this?
believe we are, David. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've been holding on strong on that one.
All right.
They're trying, but I think we're still getting them.
And I think that here's the other thing too, and that is, I think a lot of times, you guys celebrities been around for a long
Since
time, 77,
1977, yeah.
right?
Yep.
And so you guys see what's going on in the marketplace, make adjustments to the market,
All the
and you
time.
also know what works. And so every year it gets better and better.
Yeah, they always make the changes, and sometimes us agents we complain, but they always seem to be right about it, and then we stop complaining.
But you know what though, I can tell they listen to the market, because some of the things like the Jordan were
Oh yeah.
with the bedroom in the basement, okay,
Yeah.
and then like with the Jordan expanded, they pushed out the back of the home a little bit,
Yeah,
so
they're always messing with that Jordan.
that, which is a cool. I
Yeah,
like that. I mean,
I like it. Yeah.
I like that Jordan. That's a nice. Clark says you guys did a good job explaining everything. Thank you, Clark. I appreciate it. See, isn't it, Clark? Isn't it amazing to see what's amazing to me is I look at some of these other markets and see what people are paying for prices, and I am just shocked, and I'm just feel so fortunate that we have options available. Like I have a friend in the Northeast, in New Jersey, and they have no new construction.
Oh yeah, that says it was like $800,000.
Oh yeah, we could go back and talk about our article.
But yeah, that was the most expensive for new construction, was $800,000 in the Northeast.
Yeah, just to show folks that let's see. This is the median single family home price by region, okay? In the northeast, new homes 800,000, and then existing, and then look out west. Existing is higher than new construction, which is
and the south.
And the south, and then the Midwest. Okay, there we go. But again, it also depends on area, because like we said with Bennington, that it's right on line with each other.
Right in line,
yeah. Which okay, hey, we got a new person in the chat here. Let's see here. Montclair West, 1983. Celebrity came in and bought all the remaining lots and finished the area. Exactly. That would have been the first. That would have been a big recession back then.
Is that, yeah?
In 1982, 1981. That's when rates were at 18% or whatnot.
Oh yeah, they
And
talk about that in the office. It scares me.
yeah. And then you guys got rid of your used to have your little gates, your new your fences.
Yeah,
around.
we don't trap you in anymore. I've been getting a lot more steps because we usually have 3 models in a row, and they used to have to come in through our office and they have to say hello. But someone didn't like them being trapped in there, so I'm getting my steps chasing people, see who's who in these models.
yeah, it's but here's the thing. So yeah, and that happened again in 2008. I know Celebrity went in and bought, and it's well run. That's what it amounts to. It's well managed. And when something's managed correctly, it gives you more opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they've come in to a few neighborhoods like that, and taken over and built them out and finished them off.
Yeah. And then South Loop River Homestead said we had a Dave Ansel house with NIFA rates were so high. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly. Well, welcome to the program, South Loop. I've never seen you in the chat before, so welcome aboard.
NIFA rates have been coming down. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to me, but I just thought I seen this article and I thought, well, gosh, this is really interesting. And it's amazing that this is the annual change in the U.S. median single family home prices. And then this is going back to the first quarter of 22, and look at those, but new construction, that was when that lumber got to $1,700.
Lumber was super expensive, and we're doing $5,000 price increases like every week. Yeah.
Oh, that's something else too. And that would be what's nice about you guys, what I like is when a person contracts, that's the price.
That's the price. We're not going to come back and say, hey, lumber went up.
Right. You guys eat that.
Hey, lumber went down, but that's the price is what the price is. Yeah.
And that's a lot of folks didn't, they bought with new, other builders. And guess what? When that lumber dropped, that was the price.
Yeah. They wanted.
And you did not know
till then
what. And then, the fact that you guys do have that window of homes that are almost done, that puts less, because a lot of folks are apprehensive about interest rate fluctuations because what many people may not realize with new construction is you can't lock your rate until 45 days out.
Yeah.
Well, if you're buying, a Celebrity home that's, at color stage, is it color stage is the last stage?
Color stage. Yep. So
you're 45 days out, so then you can lock that rate, right?
Lock right away.
I mean, I just think that so many, there's so many advantages that people just aren't aware of. So that's why I wanted to bring you back, Dave, because I wanted to talk about this article. I wanted to bring you on board, and then
it's good. Someone said they saw my our video from last time just a couple weeks ago. I was like, wow, okay.
And I said, well, why didn't they call me? Which, here's the thing, folks. If you have an agent, terrific, use your agent. But if you don't have an agent, I got to do a better job of promoting, because I'll meet somebody at somebody will come up to me and say, oh, your video really helped me buy a house. I'm like, well, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm glad I helped you.
Congratulations.
But you can reach out to me, and then you can also send me an email too, David Matney at NebraskaRealty.com. And I got my new my new newsletter, so I'm pretty excited about that. We'll see how that goes, but I'll, sign you up for my new newsletter. But I'm just appreciate you coming on the program tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
And then let's see here. if folks want to reach out to you directly,
There you go. That's me.
They can reach out to you directly. Now, what you should do is reach out to me, and then I'll reach out to Dave. Okay. Because if you got to have your agent has to be with you. So if you're working with an agent,
once they get registered without you, that's not
hey,
good.
that's the way that
hey, yeah.
But that's my fault as I got to educate my clients on this is an option for folks. So I look at it that way, where it's like, hey, I gotta explain this to my to my people. That way they understand all. I want everybody to look at all of their options.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of different options out there. You want to look at all of your options and that sort of thing. So let's see, we got a few more people in the chat here. Troy Beard says, joining late. I'll have to catch the replay. Thanks for streaming. You're welcome. And then Clark says, great show tonight. Thanks, Dave and Dave. All right.
Thank you,
all right. Well, again, Dave, I tell you what, I appreciate you coming on the program tonight, and it's always fun to do business with you. And you take such good care of my people. I just really appreciate it. And I'm starting to, after I don't know how many we've done so far this year, but we've done quite a few.
Yeah.
And if you're a seller, you got to price it right, because you're in competition, because otherwise, hey, it's rough. But Dave, I always appreciate the way you treat my folks, and my people are always happy and that sort of thing. So absolutely. I got to get like you, though. I got to get you're doing good. I could tell you're doing that walking out there. So.
Oh yeah, they're making me do the walking, but I don't like it, but I do it. So well, thank you so much for having me on. And
you bet, Dave. Thank you so much. And then
awesome.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But thanks again, everybody. And Dave, I'll put you backstage there. And thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, everybody, that concludes tonight's program. And if you have any questions for me, if you don't mind hitting the old thumbs up and liking the stream, and if you're not a subscriber, if you don't mind subscribing, that helps push the videos out and that sort of thing. Gets more exposure in that. I really appreciate it. Clark, I always appreciate you stopping in and helping out with the chat and everything and that sort of things. And Clark, the realtor down in Atlanta, Georgia. So check out Clark's channel as well. So I'm going to have Clark on as a guest here. So we'll chat about that. But anyway, everybody, hey, you have a great night, and thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.